Hello, everybody. I lost my lid. I flipped me lid. I have not. Just one moment. There it is. Okay. Welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. I am Natalie, if you don't know who I am by now. And I'm here to do the general monthly reading for the sign of Gemini. Happy birthday to all the Geminis tuning into the video. And before I begin, I'll take care of business. For those of you that are new, I promote intuitive candles, and they are 100% soy-based candles, and they come in many different scents. This one is the Majestic Rose. It's my #1 favorite. I still haven't been through every scent that they offer, but Majestic Rose, and I've been doing these for like 2 years now, so, and I still haven't gone through them all, and I get a new one every month, but I got to choose this one. That's my #1. I love it. My house in about 3 or 4 minutes is going to fill with the smell of fresh scent roses, and not a sharp scent that gets you between the eyes. And the beautiful thing about these as well, not only do they look good and do they smell good, these are quality candles. You're left when the wax melts down with a beautiful reveal that's encased in tin foil. Things like this. Trees of Life. And I've got too many. So, the wrap pendants as well. That's oh my God, my head, I'm not awake yet. It's one of the more common ones too. Rose quartz, I've forgotten that one. Many, they're not all out here with me. I've got some in the back room. Amethyst, that's what it was. The amethyst. Every stone, every gem that you can think of is offered as beautiful gifts, and you don't get to pick the reveal. The reveal picks you, and they're just fantastic. They're still running their promotional special, 10% off your complete order. If you use the promo code BOFF10, it stands for Bay of Fundy Fortunes, and the number 10. I'm dry. You guys are my first readings, and I'm late. In the last year, I've been more late than I am ahead of time. But it feels good to get them done early, and my intentions were, but I got sick. And then I got blocked off of YouTube, of all things. And that's my platform, is YouTube. It's where I work from. And it took over a whole day. It's like a day and a half trying to straighten everything out. So anyways, we're back. At least I hope we are. And I didn't test my camera, and I should have, to make sure there's audio. Oh boy. Anyway, it's almost like Mercury retrogrades in effect, although it's not, but it's coming up. So, yeah, if you go to intuitivecandles.com, if you're so inclined to order one of these beautiful candles, they're double wicks as well. With, I think Michelle actually timed one not that long ago. I think she said she got 48 hours of burn time off of it. And they burn clean, no black smoke. Also, if you spill any, it'll wash right out of your clothes. It'll wash right up off the table with just a wet cloth, a dishcloth, and a little bit of soap and water. Not like the paraffin. Anyway, go to intuitivecandles.com. They're fun, and a lot of people find them very addictive. Once they start ordering, they become a regular customer. So, okay, so I put the smudge up. What am I forgetting? Anything at all? Am I forgetting? I did the smudge. It's Gemini's birthday. For those that are new, it's a 5-card spread. And first card, your overall energy. Second card is your wealth and finances. Your third card, your hearth and home, family, intimate love, and relationships. Card number 4 is your challenges, if there are any. And your fifth card, your message from Spirit. The readings at Bay of Fundy Fortunes always cover your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign, and your Venus. Whatever your intention is when you come into this group, into this channel, apply it to yourself. Because not all people can relate to that, because they're not this sign. They're what everybody is calling cross watchers. I have to say that slowly, because if I don't, it comes out as crotch watchers. I know some of you say, Natalie, you're flipping nuts. That's what I hear. Crotch watchers. I'm sorry, but I do. Come up with a better name, eh? I didn't do it, but somebody come up with a better name. I don't do pop-outs because I'm a clumsy dealer. And it's got to do something unique for me before I'll consider it and pull it as a pop-out if it's meant. It's got to do something really strange. But if it just falls and hits it, you know, that's... Stop reading into every little thing. That's what I say. If that card's meant to come up, it'll come up. Oh, believe you me, it will come up. I feel like I've been away forever because I'm late. I did do the mids. If I seem a bit distracted, I'm here. I'm really here more than you know. It's nature that's got me. We've had nothing but 2.5, 3 months of rain where I'm at. Today we've got some sun that's fighting real hard to show itself, but there's a bit of a, it's not cloud, it's a kind of conditions where the sky goes kind of white. It's not really any color. And but you can see sunlight hitting off the branches and off the trees. So everything feels right dry today, and it shouldn't. Even I'm dry. But it's beautiful. There's a breeze out, and when the sun does kind of penetrate, it's very warm. And it's been cold, wet, and damp here since last fall. I'm not kidding you. So let's see here. We want to know what's going on for the sign of Gemini. This is their birthday month and their birthday reading. And I'm happy for you guys. And you know what? I wish it could stay that way for the next 5 years. Every month be your birthday, because I don't like what's coming up very much. For July, for Cancer. I don't even want to be around. I don't want to be here. It's a big birthday. Can you guess? It's a big, big birthday for me. And I've got one friend, she says, we're doing something for this birthday. We're going somewhere. We're doing something. We've already decided. And she said, you pick whatever you want to do. And she was interested in going whale watching up here, up the road, up the highway in St. Andrews, New Brunswick. They offer, that's a couple boats out there they offer. I'm not real crazy about that. I don't like interfering with nature as little as possible. I don't like the whole idea of sitting in a boat and staring and watching these whales go about their day, their lives. I don't know. I see it kind of as interfering, but I understand the drive and the want to. I understand the desire. Look, hey, I've been called the keeper of the bay, the female version, because there's a male guy out there that does it too. He doesn't do cards and all that, but they call him the keeper, but I'm the female. They call me the queen of the Bay of Fundy. They call me the queen of the bay, and all these other good things. I'd love nothing more than to see a whale. If he came into my cove, which they would never do. They don't like, my cove is huge, but for a big whale, it is not huge, and they've got maneuvering to do. They would never. If they did, there'd be something wrong, and they're beaching themselves. I don't want to see that. So we decided instead to go to a place called Grand Manan Island, which is out in the middle of the Bay of Fundy. And the wildlife there is a little different. The migratory birds are different than what I get in my backyard. We're going to bring all our cameras with us and all that. So I don't know. But the way my life's been going, like I said to her, I don't even know if I can do it now. I'd like to have about $200 in my pocket. You know, at least that for a day trip, right, up the road, for gas, food, and whatever else you run into. It just makes me feel, I would never spend all that, but it makes me feel better knowing it's there, just in case. You never know. So anyways, we're planning on doing that, but I just don't know. I don't know if that's going to pan out. So. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to make this my last run. I'm not usually 10 minutes in. I've been talking more than I normally do, but hey, you're my captive audience. You can leave if you want, then you won't find out what's going to happen. So, all right, I'm going to cut the deck right here, Gemini. And where's my pendulum? Where'd she go? There she is. We got Felicia back. All right. Felicia, of the top 5 cards as this deck stands, the cards that are meant for this general free public reading for the sign of Gemini, the twins. This is for the monthly reading for June 2019. Are these the cards that are meant for the Gemini reading, bringing forth guidance, answering questions, and bringing enlightenment. I got a good strong yes off of her. That's good enough for me. There we go. All right, I'm going to pull the camera down so you guys can watch the spread being laid. All right, card number 1, your overall energy. 3 of Wands, motivation. Card number 2 is your finances and wealth, the 4 of Swords. That was meant to come up. It was one of the cards that fell out. Finances and wealth. Your 3rd card is your hearth, your home, relationships, and love. Queen of Wands and passion. Very appropriate. Card number 4, challenges. Should there be any? Judgment and self-reflection. We all need to do more of that anyway, so that's a good thing. Card number 5, and your final card in this reading. What? Why are you showing up? The Knight of Cups, proposals, the waste of space. There go the weekend motorcycle gangs going by the house. A lot of Harleys. A lot of Harleys. There's groups of them that come up the route where I live, and they usually they were probably some by earlier, but I didn't hear them go by. But they come 20, 30, 40 in groups. And then you get the crotch rockets where they're about 6 in a row and they just go, freeum, freeum, freeum. And it just makes your hair stand. You know, it's 60 out there. Okay? That's the speed limit, kilometers. They're doing 3 times that. And you just makes your blood run cold. Anyway, I don't know if you guys heard them all going by or not, but there's probably more coming. Very first card, let's get right into it here. I've wasted 13 minutes and haven't turned a card. 3 of Wands, motivation. 3 being about high action, a lot of activity. Wands, for those that are new to tarot, are all about passion. They represent the fire signs. So there's always a lot going on when the Wands show up. There always seems to be this activity going on. And this one even more so. Also it being a 3 representing the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's a very powerful card. And behind we have the seahorse, which represents in this deck, represents the Ace of Wands in the back. And you see the watermark in the background? There's the seahorse, which brings another element into the meaning behind this card. If you hear crunch, 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 that's my kitty. That's stew balls. He's a noisy eater. A lot of energy, as I said, a lot of high activity going on, coming in. It's going to follow throughout the month for you, Gemini. So you're going to be kind of busy, not a bad busy, just busy, feeling good about being busy, whatever that means to you. Remember, people, this is a general reading. None of this may make any sense to you at all. Find another reader that you can connect with. None of us take offense by that. You're more than welcome to do that. If you don't connect with me in energy, then I'm not the one for you. Very enthusiastic month. Everything that you're going through it's giving you. It's like the knee bone, the hip bone connect to the knee bone, connect to the ankle bone, and so on. Everything seems to be fitting and falling into place for you during the month of June. Some of you are getting ready to embark on something new, a new project, a new job, a trip, a move, but there's something, and you're feeling more and more encouraged by the energies as the month goes on. And it's everywhere. You're looking, and it's like there's, I say, don't read into every little flippant thing that comes by your way. It drives me crazy when people do that. You're alive. You're here. There's going to be activity and things popping up. Everything's a flippant sign, except for here now. You're going to be seeing really strong ones and say, that's not a coincidence. That's not a fluke. That's a sign. I'll give you that much because the card says so, right? For some of you, you're going to begin, because the card's predicting that, a new relationship for those of you that are up for having another relationship or a new relationship. There's going to be celebrations going on that you'll be attending, and maybe some you'll be celebrating yourself for. There could be followed by engagements for some of you during the month of June. And what is the most popular month of the year for weddings? far as I know, it was always the month of June and probably still is. The month of June is the most popular month to get married. And for some of you, that's going to happen. It's predicting a June wedding for some of you. It's also a brilliant card for travel. Anything that you're setting up for yourself, if you're going away and you're I don't care if you're taking a train, driving your own vehicle, to flying a plane, everything that you go to put into place for the trip is going to fall right into place. And getting your feeling, the energy really is going to be like that for most of the month for you. Like I said, like sun, everything just falling into place almost effortlessly. It's like if you think it, there it is. Great time for manifestation. Yes. Yes, very much so. This card also highlights, don't ask me why, I can understand the art side of it, but sports as well. So maybe some of you are involved in some kind of sporting activity. You belong to a team. Baseball's coming up. Something. Maybe you're taking a trip, some of you, to see the big game. You know, here it would be people would go to Montreal or Toronto, right, to see a big hockey game or a big baseball game, this kind of a thing. So, and that would require travel, and all those modes would be covered, right? Everything is going to go smoothing. It's very, very smooth, I'm sorry, for you. So with all this stuff going on, if you keep a dynamic attitude towards everything that's going on around you, it's going to bring you the greatest results. Finding it easy to switch gears at the last minute. You know, you may have waited you may have made your itinerary. You might be one of those people, right? You just make an itinerary of where you're going and what each day is going to comprise of, and then where you're going to go and what you're going to be doing. You're probably also the type that categorizes and color codes all your clothes that you're folding them and putting them into the suitcase. I'm sorry. A-type personality, right? Nothing wrong with that. You guys bring a little interest and color into the world, so there's nothing wrong. I just couldn't handle being around somebody that. No, I do know people that are like that. They're super, super particular. Layman terms, they're anal. Everything's got to be just a certain way, right? But everything's going to be almost effortless. It's going to come with such ease, you're going to stop and question yourself. Am I even the one in control here? How is this all taking place and unfolding and rolling out without any input from me? Yes, it's what I wanted. Yes, that's on my plan of things. How's it happening without me initiating it? It just is. Manifestation, baby. Now's the time to connect with the universe and try to bring to you what it is that you feel that you want brought to you. I wouldn't be sitting on my laurels right now. I'd be taking advantage of that. Even solving problems, little dilemmas here and there, are going to come with ease to you. You're going to meet with success each and everything that you take on. The advice, for those that are, I put the advice and the keywords on the back of these cards because they are important. The rest is all me in spirit. Not to worry. A tarot under the advice wants you to think, don't think linear, I can't even say it, never mind. Don't think in a straight line, in order, in predictability, in expectation either. You may find yourself, you are going to have to stop for a couple of these small dilemmas or changes that you want to bring into the picture for you, whatever your picture means to you or happens to be, is to step outside the box. They call it lateral thinking. I just say sideways thinking. You're not even just jumping and thinking outside the box. It goes a little bit beyond that into left field, being daring, getting moments of thoughts popping into your head, almost like epiphanies, and saying, I don't think that's ever been tried before. Wow, I don't think that's been done before. Holy moly. Anybody that's uptight and has an A-type personality, when I say holy moly, I don't want smart remarks like, how is a moly holy? Well, I'd come back with, what is a moly? Lighten the hell up. It's an expression. That's all it is. I said holy hell one time, and oh my God, this one chick just went on and on about it. How can hell be holy? And I had my thoughts. I didn't put them quite out there, but I just told her, straightened her out. But anyways, think outside the box. Don't be afraid to go there. Okay? Don't be afraid to put in a big long stretch to get answers, to solve something, or to make something happen that's completely unique and different. Don't be afraid to test the waters with it. Right? You don't do it, of course, follow common sense. You don't do something that's going to hurt somebody or upset your whole equilibrium, don't do anything like that. Something where people will stop and go, what? Whatever it is that you're putting out there, whatever project you're working on, whatever ideas you're throwing out, and people stopping, either listening or looking and going, taking a double take, what? Never heard of that before. You really make everybody else stop and wonder as well. There might be something viable in that. So don't just drop it and run away from it. Test the waters, like I said. You may find yourself doing that anyway. Your keywords are travel and relationships, freedom and openness, weddings, originality, success, the arts, and sports. My goodness, 20, this is going to be a long reading. Four of Swords and recovery is into your finances and your wealth and your worth monetarily, of course. Not your self-worth. That doesn't come into play here. Not right now, anyway. But fours are all about stillness, rest, quiet, calm, and sometimes to the point of complete boredom. Too quiet. This isn't the case here. This is a card about recovery. Usually meaning mental, emotional, or physical recovery. And some of you may be just coming back from that kind of a situation where you've been off your feet, have shut down up here for a bit to give it a rest, shut down in here to give it a rest. This is usually, though, with this card, I'm just going to put it out there, I've experienced it firsthand, a card of recovery. Some of you have been working way too hard, and maybe some of you have been putting your finances ahead of everything else, and you shouldn't be doing that. I don't care if you run a business. I don't care. I don't care how important money is to you, Gemini. I don't care if it's the most important thing or the only thing. Some people, it's like that. All they have is their job and making money from their job. But that's not the most important if no one's ever told you that. You've got to look around you and see the people that are in your life. That is what's important. Your family, people that you know, people you work with, people you encounter every day. People are more important. We can get addicted to making money, especially if we get real good at making it, right? Try not to get lost and caught up in that, because this is a card straight out of the universe, and it's a heads up. Not all of you, this is a general reading, but for some of you, it's a card about recovery. There's a reason that prompt is there. There's some of you that won't stop long enough to take. You need recovery, and you don't even realize it. Your head is so deep into it, into working, into making money, into that part of life, and you have no idea. If you do not voluntarily submit yourself to a recovery period, a period of rest, a period of recuperation, the universe is going to step in. You don't want that to happen. Okay, for those of you who feel you need to work 24/7, I just heard this. You promise yourself 3 days a week off for now. You can cut back on that and go to 2 days in no time, but you need to at least do that. If you can go beyond that, you're encouraged to go through that. Otherwise, a break will be imposed upon you by the universe. I'm telling you right now. That's all I'm going to say about this card. We're going to move on. But that's what's going to go down. And if that happens, then you're not to fight back. You're to just take it on the chin and accept that this is just how things need to be just at this time for you, Gemini. You're needing a break. Summer's coming. Maybe a vacation's on the, don't wait too long. You need to take care of your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health. That's what this is all about. If you want to continue to make money and continue to work, there's a break that's coming, and you need to take advantage of that break. And third card, hearth and home, love, intimate relationships, just relationships with family, friends across the board. Queen of Wands, and we've got passion. I like her. She's a kick in the pants some of you need. Okay? Geminis, I can't speak for all of you, but the ones that I know and know of, remember we were talking about A-type personality? That'd be them. Not all. Just like not every sign, every human is under any sign that they're all the same. They're not. But there are a lot of them in the sign of Gemini. A more of intellectual, that's bordering on nerdism. There's some of you Geminis, or you know some Geminis for the cross watchers that are watching for a Gemini mate that you have, or somebody that you know, and you'd be going, yeah, they're what you call A-type nerd. Very intelligent, like I said, but a little stunted on the social level of their life. They don't really understand human nature. They only understand themselves. Human nature to them is odd. It doesn't feel, they don't feel like they fit in. So they tend to keep to themselves because they're a little different. That's part of this. Here's the thing. You've got you got the black and white side of people, which is facts and logic and all that. You've got the other side that's more emotion, about love and compassion and understanding. Gemini, you're being pulled out of your little comfy zone and put into the human world. How terrible. Shocking. Intimidating. Frightening. You need to come out of your shell. Universe is speaking to you and saying, you at least need to make an effort. If you took a smidgen of effort to step out into the world around humanity a little bit, even a smidgen of the effort that you put into not going there, keeping yourself away, you're being encouraged. No, you're being shoved. Nature, okay? The universe is giving you a shove right against your back. Get out there. You get out there and you mingle with humanity a bit. There's a reason for it. That you need to bring yourself forward. You need to lay down your work tools, okay? And dust off your shorts and your sneakers and your t-shirts and get out there and enjoy life a little bit. That's a big message coming to you. That's really going to make you overall a more whole, well-balanced human being. Therefore, within your structure of your literal home, the atmosphere changes. It lightens. Wow, is that color I see coming into your life? Little burst of color. For those of you brave enough to forge forward in this quest to be completely 100% balanced, you've got everything else taken care of. It's just that you're not connected to the world you're living in, and there's something off about that. That's why the universe is here, to give you that push, to move you forward. Don't be afraid to even take others with you that are like you. Become a leader. Geminis are good at being leaders because they have that way of shutting down the emotional side of things. They have a real knack for looking at things objectively, remaining logical. There's a lot of good points for you, Gemini. But you're too comfortable there. You're too comfortable in your own lane. You need to shake it up a bit. Don't be afraid. Be brave. Take others with you if you don't want to go alone. Thinking they could benefit as well, then don't be afraid to take them with you. It's a card of creativity and intuition, strength. It's about relationships and keeping hold and direction on your integrity. Card number 3 we're looking at here is challenges and self-reflection and judgment come in with this card. It's just the way it is. This card shows your mind, and maybe physically, too. Going back into your past. Your brain could be falling back to your thoughts from the past, things you're reconsidering, remembering things, having memories, looking at yourself way back in the day, looking at yourself now, trying to compare the two, looking to see what improvements do I need to make in my life. I have to think about this. For somebody else out there, this card usually represents somebody from your past coming back into your present. This could have been someone you had a falling out with. This could have been an old romance. And there they are coming back from the past, but they're bringing, our memories. Sometimes we're so happy to see people we haven't seen in a long time, we forget that we've been out of contact with each other. We just know it's been a really long time, and how full and rich and joyous your life used to be when they were in it. We tend to forget about the bad memories that made this happen in the first place, the separation. So you're thinking about something. This is just for somebody out there. You're thinking to yourself, I was the one that walked away and broke up. What was the reason why I left? And you start to examine that. And you're thinking, well, today that wouldn't upset me so much. It upset me when I was younger with them. Maybe I judged them too quickly. Maybe I judged them too harshly. Maybe I walked too soon and too quickly. Because when you look at them, all you see is the good memories. And you're being drawn in all over again. So you're considering giving not just them a second chance, but yourself as well. Because that's what this card's really all about, is second chances from things that have occurred and people that have come from the past into your present now. Contemplation, feeling a bit of guilt, judgment, doing your mental and emotional review, giving second chances. This is also a card about memories and spirituality as well. So that's in that right there. There's the challenges, getting beyond this revisitation with somebody from the past. And judging yourself, it's about that as well. And also realizing the spiritual connection that you have to the entities that walk with you every day, like your angels, your guides, and your past loved ones. They walk with you every day. They do. If you've lost anybody recently and you've been grieving, you've just absorbed the essence of that energy of who they were. They still are. They're closer to you now than they could ever be in the physical world. They are within you. Last card, your message from Spirit, actually. That's why I don't like him, this card. I don't like who he represents, type of person. I fell into your message from Spirit, and that's why I'm saying, what the heck? So we're going to try to go a different angle today with this card because it's your message from Spirit. I call him my Fabio of the ocean. Younger people may not know who Fabio was. Fabio was a male model who was built buff. He was always half naked. He had long flowing hair. He had chiseled jaw, very strength. And they used to feature him on the cover of Harlequin romance books and that kind of a thing, right? Anyway, and people would, it wasn't kind. It was kind of cruel, but everybody liked him. It's just that he had that blue-eyed vacant look. He had gorgeous going on, but not much. That's what people assume. Other stars and, Entertainment Tonight would talk about him, and little things would be said that, the lights are on, but there's nobody home. Kind of thing. I don't know where he's at these days. I hope he's living a good, comfortable life. But what is this card, the prompt on this card is all about proposals. Proposals come in many, many, many forms. This card shows you receiving proposals, laying out proposals, one or two of you being proposed to, one or two of you doing the proposing. June is the month of weddings. The color white is even predominant. We're back to we're allowed to wear white now. After Labor Day, we weren't allowed, now we're allowed. I don't know when the date starts for that. I know that after Labor Day, it's unfashionable to wear pure white. I don't know when it becomes okay again, but I would say June. June's good. It's a good month. Start wearing pure white again. What is going on with him today? Please bring me the messages that are needed. All right. Avoid some proposals that come your way. If they don't feel right in here, and your intuition starts to twitch a little bit, take more time and think through before you come back with any answers or decisions for anybody. I'm hearing watch your own back. Don't trust others to take care of you the way you would take care of you. It's not that people don't care. It's just that it's humanly impossible to care for another being that way more than yourself. You've got to take care of yourself first so you can take care of other people. That's the bottom line right there. That's about it for this reading, guys. It's long enough at 36 minutes, although I yacked the first 10 minutes or so. I hope you enjoyed that reading. Hope it gave you some enlightenment, some direction, and some guidance. Thank you so much for being here to watch it. For those that are new, if you're not subscribed, click that little bell somewhere on the screen, and then you'll be subscribed. The only thing that's going to happen is you'll get an email or notification every time Bea Fundy Fortunes posts anything new on YouTube. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares, and all that good stuff. I've been away from the comments for a while. For those that have left comments, I'll get to them eventually. I hope they're not time sensitive. Anybody, oh yes, you can join us on Facebook as well if you'd like to join us. You don't hate Facebook. We're under groups, and we're closed, and we're private. It's under Bea Fundy Fortunes. So anything goes on in there stays in there, and it's a very calm, relaxing place to be. So anybody else looking for me, if you don't find me here, you may find me anytime. I think this afternoon it's going to happen. You can find me down at the cove down below on my beach, and I'll be walking on my beach along the water's edge to bring in the highest, mightiest tides on the whole planet, the beautiful and the bountiful Bay of Fundy. I won't go into the big spiel. I would like for you to keep the light in so you can share that love and that light out with the rest of the world. Live each moment. And remember, you're under the microscope of the universe. Even watch your thoughts. When you become more aware of this, it will change your life. Peace out, everyone. Hope you enjoy your monthly readings for June. Goodbye for now.